What's happening? We back. Another episode, Neighborhood CEOs. I got my guys in here, usual suspects, man. I got Bird and Lon in here, man. Been a minute, man. Fellas, how y'all
Yes.
feeling?
What up, though? Good, brother. How you doing, man? It's been one.
Yeah, man. Been a minute, man. Everybody
Yeah,
been moving
yeah.
and shaking, man. We back in here, man.
Yes,
Bird, what's
sir.
up with you, man? You good?
Not much, man. Good to see y'all, man. It's been a little while, but we pushing through, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What we got? We was just talking, man. We got we got another one for us, man. They looking out for us, man. Looking out for our
Mm-hmm.
mental, man. So we got men's mental health month, man. We got Father's Day on the way. So I mean, everything we should be in good spirits, man. Get ready to receive, man, in the next couple of days, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, we'll see, man.
What's the saying? Give and receive, ain't it? Give and I give it
Yeah,
back to you. That's what they say, right?
Yeah, man.
reciprocation, man.
Gotta keep
Reciprocity.
keep the faith. Keep the faith, man.
Yeah, yeah. Where you been, man? So you been around the world, man. What's up
Yeah,
with
man.
what it look like on the what's that called, man? What continent is that, man? That's
Man, it's Asia, brother. Yeah, man.
yeah. What
Yeah,
it look like
yeah,
over there,
yeah.
man? How's it
Asia's
looking over there?
different, man. It's a different vibe, bro. I loved it, man. I was in Japan for about a week, about 7 days.
Yeah,
And oh man, I would say lifetime experience. 10 out of 10 recommend for everybody to go check it out at least one
yeah,
time in your life, man. Just the vibe, energy alone
yeah,
was different. I would say very orderly, very clean. To be a huge city, you're talking about 37 million people in a city that don't go wide, it go up. So
mm,
um, so every alleyway is used, everything is like occupied, man. So
yeah,
you make a turn off the main street, then you got nothing but shops and just different spaces and places to shop and whatnot. But all in all, man, it was a good vibe, man. People's mad chill, shopping, man. I feel like you can take 10 bands out there and still not have enough to do what you want
yeah,
to do.
yeah,
Just that much at your disposal. But I really enjoyed just being out there, soaking up the culture, man. We went to Mount Fuji out there, so seeing a live active volcano was different.
yeah,
And you just kind of think like, man, that joint can blow anytime. So you just in your head a little bit, but being that far away from home was my first time, so that was different. Being 13 hours ahead of time,
yeah. That's what we was talking
and
about. We was talking about
yeah,
that. We was recording one day. We was talking to Wet, I think, man, and he was
mm-hmm,
like, he asked where you was at. We was like, man,
mm-hmm,
get out of here, man. He was like, shit, it's Thursday. Where he at, right? Or whatever day it was here.
Yeah.
We was talking about, man, how you watching the game or how y'all get to. I was
oh,
confused. I was like, damn, how they
Yeah.
watching the game on a whole different day out there.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
essentially, yeah. I mean, I was so behind on everything because, like you just mentioned, we 13 hours ahead. And so I was first trying to catch up on the socials. So like it's midday, it's morning time. So when it's like FIFA now,
Yeah,
FIFA on at
Yeah.
9 a.m. over here, and it's 9 p.m. somewhere else, I imagine. But
Yeah.
but yeah, similar, man. It's like the games. I just missed the game, but my sleep was all jacked up because
man.
so we were rock and roll started in like, let's say we get going around like, let's say 11, 12, right?
Yeah,
And then we out and about all day. Then we'll crash like 5, 6, maybe
Mhm.
like later than that. And then we up again at like 12
Early in the
a.m. going
morning.
out, going
Yeah.
out.
yeah,
And then we out all night.
yeah,
And then we laying down 5 a.m. But it's 5 p.m. on this side.
yeah,
So it was wild, man. It was wild. And but the nightlife dope, man. Like we went out 3 nights.
yeah,
And first night we went out, it was like what do you call it, album release party. And them cats out there like Tim's and shorts on, like you couldn't tell them they weren't from Brooklyn, bro. Like
yeah,
they in there rapping and whatnot, and so heavy New York, L.A. Influence out there for the
yeah,
culture, But it was crazy. I was like, damn, I'm mind blown. They want to be like us
Yeah.
out here. It was
yeah,
just, and they got, and think, but they have the culture. You talking about also a continent, a country that is 98%, 98% the only ethnic group in the whole country. 98% of just who they are.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's them.
So it was wild not seeing any black people for real, because it's like, all right, like where we at? I know we had to infiltrate this spot at least. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? We
Yeah.
like to procreate. Where we
Yeah,
at? So
yeah,
that was different. That was different. But But yeah, man, a lot of culture out there. It was dope, man. Samurai fight, man. We did some nice stuff out there. Every day we was doing something, man.
How they
You know,
treat you? How they treat you like you ain't belong, or it's like you like
bro,
it's cool. You ain't feel
bro,
like I can live out
man. Well, you get the stares though. I ain't gonna hold you. You get,
here.
I got some stares, but some of the stares is more out of curiosity because they never really
Yeah,
seen a lot
yeah,
of us,
Yeah.
So it's like, all right,
Who are
especially
you?
the
You want to know
little
who
kid.
you are. Yeah,
Yeah, the little kids too. Like they'll
yeah,
just stop and stare, like they've never seen somebody of color before.
yeah,
yeah,
And but they have like areas where where you have I would say more people of color in these spaces, more of these people from Africa and whatnot. But they have it, but it's small sample size of it. But yeah, man, they looking at you in amazement. But I have heard of like Japanese individuals having like some racist tendencies towards black people. I've heard that.
yeah,
But out when we was out there, it was all love though. I mean, very polite, very respectful. I mean, anytime you have a culture that bows like as a form of thank you or
yeah,
greeting you, man, they just rooted in respect
yeah,
and heavy on respect. So that's definitely something that I could appreciate. Just that they appreciate the little things, trash on the floor. I mean, bro, I'd say super clean, like like no trash cans on the street, clean.
yeah. Damn.
So you know what I mean. So just that if you get something from a store and eat it, you carrying that trash with you the rest of the day for the most part.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's that smooth. And then that was mind blowing. And everyone walks on a certain line going down the escalator. I mean, or sit on a certain side of the escalator, or
yeah,
walking in the train station. You walk in on one side. It's just very orderly. You don't really get that out here. Everybody doing what they want to do out here. Out there,
yeah.
it's like, nah, we're gonna govern that. We're gonna make sure you do exactly how we want you to roll.
Yeah, but how they start that? Like, because we could
That's
never,
a
if
good
we was
point.
like we want to start that here, it would be impossible because we all
Hmm.
just
Too
we
free,
do
man.
what we want to do. Like we don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, we too
that's
free. We too
too
free. Like
free.
we too free
Uh,
to be neat, to be like you said, orderly. So I wonder. I mean, I guess they started it from just like we started stuff 400 years ago. They started
yeah,
their things
with
400 years
discipline.
ago. You
Yeah,
know.
discipline. Yeah,
discipline.
they're rooted in imperialism, and from their hierarchies. So just a little bit like of like historically from their culture. It's all about imperialists. So you sprinkle that down through culture, you're gonna have a lot of order. So I
Hmm.
imagine that's
Hmm.
how it is. And plus, you're saying there's like that many people. You
Hmm.
got to figure out a system of ways to get people to be able to get around
Hmm.
accordingly,
Hmm.
and harmony,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
and all of that at the same time. So what I mean, I bet that was pretty dope just to see and
Hmm.
witness and be a part of.
It was. Hey, just to your credit, man. To your point, like to see that happen on that, I mean, mass scale. And we went to Shibuya, which is like the one of the more populated areas of Tokyo, and Shibuya Crossing is like hundreds of people crossing almost a six-way intersection, all going in different directions. But in that, everybody is in their lane. Everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing. And yeah, I thought that was pretty amazing to see that, because like John said, we lack consideration for rules. We lack respect for rules, and to see a society that don't jaywalk. Like you don't see people a red light or a crossing, and people just jumping the crosswalk.
Yeah, man.
Fast forward, we went to Philly the week we came back that weekend.
Mhm.
Bro, ain't number jaywalkers, bro. They ain't respect nothing. So you get to see that contrast. Like I'm home now. Like no
Yeah.
respect. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Forget that you right here about to hit me. You better not hit me. That energy. You better not hit me. But you in the wrong.
Gonna be something if you do. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Even if
yeah,
you look like you about to
I don't,
do it.
I don't know, man. That's crazy though, man. And that's kind of like I don't even know where that come from because like we don't teach our kids to do nothing like that, to be that way, but we still. I ain't saying we teach our kids the right things, but we still, even like my kids or y'all's too, probably they still walk around like I do what I want for
Hmm.
real, even when they don't, even though they listen to
Hmm.
rules. But I don't know
yeah,
how we do that, man, because it's never like you know what I mean. When you're young, your kids young, you tell them to hey, look this way, that way. But it seemed like older we get, it's just the further we get away from structure, the further
Mm-hmm.
we get away from rules, man. And I don't know if, of course, we don't need slavery rules. You don't need that, but you
Yeah.
do need order, man. And those people, Japanese or whatever in the Asian culture, they more successful, I would assume, overall than than we are here. We got some pockets of
Man,
people, whatever, but like the way they do
they getting
things,
money over there. They
yeah,
getting
man.
money
Yeah,
over there, man.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
saying, man.
yeah, they get
So
money
yeah,
over there.
I don't know what it
And
is, man. Like,
I don't
and
know
we
either.
can't even. We too far gone to even
Yeah,
attempt to adopt that lifestyle, man. So
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know, man.
yeah.
That's kind of tough. We really can't. We can't get it. We can't get it back. Like we can't go. We just gotta,
Mm-mm.
what I'm saying, think what we doing right now. But I
Yeah,
always be admiring like those cultures, man. Like we say what they want. Like I know you saying they got some little racist tendencies. Some of them might, but I don't even know why they would have that because what to
they
be the
don't
point?
know.
What would be their
That's right.
point to feel some
That's
type of
right.
way towards us because,
Yeah,
like you said, they taking our culture, our style, but they
right.
still living in a way that we should be admiring the way that they live, man.
Exactly.
right,
Exactly.
right,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
right.
Yeah, I thought that was wild to see them wanting to be like us, and it makes me think of that saying they want to be like us, but they don't want to be us,
Yeah,
right?
that's it. That's what I'm
Yes,
about to
yeah,
say.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And it's
Yes,
kind of like
yeah.
the other set of people,
Absolutely,
same way.
absolutely,
Now
same
they
way,
do a little
same
bit
way.
more. Like they some of them. I mean, man, I'm gonna tell you, man. I was at the park the other day, and it was a white girl, man. I don't know who she was. I wish I knew. Hey, it was 97 degrees. A white girl. She had a shiesty on, her whole face, eyes covered, all black t-shirt, hoodie. The way the young people be dressing, like it's 97 degrees here,
yeah, man.
What we doing?
sweatpants. And Wes was like, "Hey, can you please take that off?" And she was like, can I just pull it down?" Like she didn't want to take it off. She wanted to just take it like so you could see her face. He's like, "Nah, man, they don't really want you to do that out here. The cops don't want that. They don't want people out here with those on." And she was like mad, like, "Fuck, like you messing up." There's a white
Oh,
girl, man.
swag, yeah,
So she was
swag,
like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, "Yo, that ain't." I'm like, "That ain't fly." I was like, "Wes, man, you ever seen that before?" He's like, "Nah, I ain't never." She was hot, man. She was mad.
oh
She
yeah,
probably was
yeah,
20
yeah,
years old or younger, but she was
yeah,
like, "This how I'm rocking today." And I'm like, "Where you
yeah,
learn that? Why would
yeah,
you see
yeah,
that on somebody and say, hey, that's what I want to do?" But
yeah.
like you said,
But you know what's wild, but interesting. But that's interesting because you know what was wild about that album release party. We went and met some of the cats.
yeah,
They didn't have the personality of a black person,
mm-hmm.
right? Of somebody that grew up in an urban area. We'll just say that, right? Somebody that grew up in an
Mhm.
urban area. They still was naturally themselves, like still
Yeah,
respectful, still like thank you, just not like they didn't embrace the personality. They embraced the music, the culture, the dress, but
style,
personality, it was still them.
be them, yeah,
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see what I'm
yeah,
saying? It won't
yeah,
like I'm gonna change up who I am. Although they look so
yeah,
tough on stage, but
mm-hmm.
when you met them, they were you wouldn't if they didn't have all that on, you wouldn't tell that that's what they was into. If I put it
Yeah,
yeah,
like to
yeah,
you like
man.
that.
And
Yeah,
that's the thing though. That's what makes it. That's where like that's why I feel like I don't know. We can't. I ain't hate. I don't want to hate on our culture, but we even us like if some of us want to rap, we're gonna go and try to adopt whatever the person is, like the young boy
yeah,
or the dirt. We're gonna
yeah,
get the hair. We're gonna walk and talk and tap
yeah,
and everything like them,
yeah.
almost live like them, and then get into them situations that they get into and trick ourselves out the spot. These people just like, hey, this is on sale. This style, I'm gonna
Sure,
take this style,
sure.
but I'm not living like that. I'm gonna be
right.
myself.
Yeah.
We
I'm
ain't,
gonna still hold my
yeah, yeah. I'm
principles.
gonna stay out
But
the way. Like, so we ain't gonna catch none of them. Now, I don't know how the crime is out there. If you got people, I'm sure
Bro,
it's something. It got to be
it's
some
not as
gang, like
much.
you ain't see no color,
yeah,
nothing out there like that.
Bruh, when I looked, I don't know, but I don't know what it's like in terms of everyday people, but
Yeah,
everybody mad chill. I looked it up about the crime. I was wondering about that
yeah,
because I'm like, there's definitely mob ties out there too,
yeah,
right? So
Ricky Tan.
Ricky Tan, you see what I'm saying, right? That rush hour had me thinking, like, yeah, I know the mob out here somewhere,
yeah.
but the mob ain't on no bodies or nothing. They
Yeah,
on like the like more of the
The
prostitution
business.
rings and
Yeah. Oh
casino,
yeah.
like
yeah,
making the money, real estate, making money.
Yeah.
But it's more like, and I can't speak on it, but ultimately, from what I remember, It was more on the rackets that are already underground per se, you know, and you can get yourself and you get yourself in some stuff if you want to, but it's
Yeah.
only for the people that are involved.
You're looking
They
for it, you
not
get it.
if you're looking for it,
Yeah.
and so tourists or just everyday people, man, they said the crime rate is significantly lower than New York, Chicago, any U.S. city, major city you can think of. The crime rate is much lower than any of these spaces in the U.S.
Mm.
Hardly any murders, you know, mass shootings. Think about all the stuff we have to experience and be exposed to. That's a foreign expression to them, in a foreign situation. Even like racism to some degree,
Yeah.
like they not used to that form of a class. I would say class. It definitely has a lot of classism, but just that form of
That's
racism
yeah.
where
Yeah.
classism is real over there. I mean, you got all different types of
Yeah.
of um, different class of people and money situations. I mean, you ride down the street, you see Toyota next to three Maybachs. You know, like
Yeah.
it's nothing to see Lamborghinis and different crazy whips,
Yeah.
but racism is is like shoot, they ain't got no need for it.
Yeah.
Everybody the
And
same,
Unless
their
it's
their discrimination it comes from like where your lineage, like what clan are you from,
sure,
kind
sure,
of thing, like what set of
yeah,
group of people are you from versus this set of group of people
right,
that you from.
right,
And I
right.
wanted to ask y'all that, was since we're like kind of on this topic, it made me think about something that Martin Luther King said. Because when you look back at, or when when you start to travel and you see different groups of ethnic groups and different groups of people that are being highly successful, um they're not integrated, you know. They've never been integrated. There's not like a mix of different people working together. It's just them.
Mm,
And after civil rights era, Martin Luther King said, I fear that I've led my people into a burning building.
yeah.
mm.
Do y'all think that segregation, and I mean this is probably a topic for like Black History Month or something like that, but do y'all
Sounds
feel
good.
that segregation, if we were still segregated as a people, that we would be a little farther ahead as a people together?
Mm.
Well, I don't know if we segregate, we still got what we have. We still got the tools and the because we segregated, we ain't have nothing. We was
Well,
segregated
we
without.
was we were starting school. We were starting schools,
Hmm.
colleges. You had Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
You had plenty of thriving Black towns and small cities.
Hmm.
Before redlining, you like take a place like Churchill in Richmond. That was one of the most,
Yeah.
Nice award.
yeah, like one of the most richest Black neighborhoods in America at the time,
Hmm.
before things changed. So like I always think about that. How do you guys think we would be if we weren't integrated
We
into?
can't do it, man.
It's
We can't do it, dog.
well,
We
well. I
don't
think
we don't
now,
we don't share, man. We don't
we
share.
did, we did though, we
Okay. So
did.
when did we stop? Because they
We,
started getting involved. Others started
well, they,
putting rules and regulations involved, and we had to like it's only enough for me. I can't really help you. Like what? So what happened?
I think I think we spoke on here. It's the Willie Lynch theory, right?
Uh huh.
Yeah, yeah,
So you think about that crabs in the barrel mentality. I think I believe that has been a conditioning that has been happening for years. Even they try to do an MLK and Malcolm X, right? To
Hmm.
pin these two powerhouses
with
together
each
and
other. Hmm.
and make and divide, right? Make
Yeah,
black people decide who they want to follow, but they both were really after the same things. When you
Yep.
really peel back the layers, is equal rights, equal opportunities, but how they went about it was different.
Yep.
And but to your point, John, I do think now where we struggle with that because we can't come together and build and grow. I mean, um, you look at. I mean, let's speak on this happening in our real world, constantly, right? I think that's
right.
something that you're seeing that instead of people coming together, man, it's a tearing down effect of what is something great for that community, and they wouldn't have let something just crash and burn because of personal feelings and differences and whatever the case may be. I'm sure everyone doesn't feel that way, but at the end of the day, you can see an exact example of why or what is happening with something that has been, I would say, a an example of what positivity,
Like a
black
pillar. It's like a pillar.
excellence,
It's like a pillar in the community.
pillar.
And it's
Sure.
like
Pillar in the community.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Okay.
it's
All right.
look
Right.
forward to. It's looked
Yeah.
at. Look towards. Like it brings
Yeah.
people together,
Community.
man.
Yeah.
But that's why I said I don't think we can do it, man, because it's so many. What they say, like what they say, those that can do, those that can't. They talk about those that can. So like people that all of us can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All of us can't do or don't want to
Facts.
do.
Right.
So instead of me like, saying, "Oh, I like that. I like that. I'm gonna participate in it or I'm not. But if I'm not gonna participate in it, I'm just gonna sit on the side and critique it or say what's not
Mm-hmm.
good about it or what's not bad about it. But I mean, we don't do that with when we go to Walmart or we go to Sam's Club or we go to Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. But those places been hundreds of years been around. So with stuff is
Right,
like
right.
we just don't realize, man, that when something new, hey, you might got some issues with it, or it might got some
Yeah,
hiccups or
yeah,
whatever. But I just think it's like us, man. We just can't get right, man. And maybe other races involved can't get right too. But I don't know, man. There's just so many, like you said, so many crabs in the bucket, and there's so many people, man, that got so many like opinions
Yeah.
that's not willing to, get their hands dirty or willing to
yeah,
sacrifice. You know what I mean? It's easier to just do that. It's easier for me to
Yeah.
talk about what I don't like about your mental health business or what I don't like about what Raymond do with his cleaning detailing. Like, damn, I wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
did that. Well, what would you do? What would you do?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
what are you
Sure.
doing? You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? So,
Sure.
yeah,
it's easy to say, well, I ain't paying. I wouldn't pay that for juice, or I wouldn't. I mean, I can just go to Food Line and get it. But
Yeah.
that's ignorant talk because you can go there
yeah,
and you're gonna
Yeah.
be you gonna have that cabinet in your medicine joint with all them pills in it when you go in the
right,
Food
Yeah.
Line and drink that juice. But
right.
I just feel like, man, I don't know, man. I always be like Wes always be saying it, man. I don't got that much grace. He always said give people grace. Like he always his thing with black people. Like he give them so many chances to get right. And I ain't got there, man. Like I give you
Yeah,
chances, but if you ain't with it, if you got like a lot of negativity with it, hey, I'm just gonna let you, we'll keep pushing, man. And if
It's
you,
hard though.
yeah,
I mean, for him, I mean,
yeah,
it's hard to do. It's really hard to do. But I think, just a line back what Raymond was asking, I do think though, when you look at the Black Wall Street
mhm.
and just what they were able to build in Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Yeah, that,
and what happened,
yeah, they shut it
and
down.
shut it down, off of us Rosewood, the same. I mean, you think about these prominent black neighborhoods that was burnt down by white mobs,
Yeah,
and there
man.
was never no restitution. There was never no justice. Man, it makes it really is disheartening because no matter if we, and that was before segregation. So let's be real. And so
yeah,
that's in the 20s. Segregation didn't happen until the 60s. She's talking about probably 30 plus,
yeah,
35 plus years prior, and what we was able to build because we had our own powerhouses and our power bases, excuse me. And so when you think about power bases in a racial construct, you're looking at, bankers, you're looking at
hmm
doctors, you're looking at your own law enforcement, and we had all of it. We had the whole infrastructure,
Yeah.
and it was dismantled because of somebody did something to somebody else across town, or supposedly, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
So I had to do some research on this. I'm like, where was the government when this took place, right? Because these
Who was the
guys,
president?
bro,
Who was the president?
you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
who was it?
Yeah.
Was it FDR?
yeah.
It was
Roosevelt maybe around
right
that time.
around that
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
But
yeah,
they had planes dropping bombs.
yeah,
Where they get the, where I just feel like it's so much we don't know, and so much we never would know about the actual intent and why that happened the way it did, and how these individuals got the power the artillery to do this, but
Yeah. And who
but
making
but
who making the calls for this? Like
who
who's saying
making the
like
calls? That's what I'm saying. Who make
yeah,
it's the same thing when they stormed the White House, right?
yeah.
yeah.
Right? It's like who made the call? Somebody made that call
Mhm.
because all these folks have been pardoned. These folks now getting money, right? That was a hit on the. I mean, let's be frank.
Yeah.
Like this, who bombed the Twin Towers. Like those things don't just happen
Right.
because a terrorist wakes up one day and says, all right, let me go do some nut shit. That's
Just
big.
planned out.
That's planned
Yeah.
out. That's
Yeah.
big people in positions making phone
Yeah.
calls and setting the stage. And I think that's been going on forever. And it's a reason, man. They keep their foot on Black America's neck, but they don't have to do that no more because we do it to
Do
ourselves.
it
You
to
see what I'm saying?
ourselves.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see how that psychologically turned
Conditioning,
us
man.
on each
Yeah.
other,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's the sick part about it.
Yeah. And even like the whole the redlining situation. I was looking at something that every major Black like pocket in the city, from LA to Atlanta to New York,
Mhm.
from the east to the west coast, has a major highway through it.
Mm-hmm.
So the major highway cuts off trade from each other within that neighborhood. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't go to John and get my watermelons from 6 blocks away because it's a highway through here now.
Mhm.
Now I got to depend on these other folks
Mm-hmm.
who are not of my same skin color,
Yeah.
because if not, I gotta go through this. I gotta go up the highway, get off the highway, come back down, and go over to meet
Mm-hmm.
John just to get my watermelons. And then before the highway was there, I could just
Just cut across.
cut
You,
across. And,
you
Yeah,
saying
you
that's
got to go
purposely?
around now.
Is that
Yeah.
oh,
purposely?
absolutely,
How do
absolutely.
Just when
that?
you come to Richmond, John, when you come to Richmond, think of when you come to Richmond, every like 95 goes right smack dab middle of Jackson Ward.
All
It
right.
goes right smack dab middle of what's the joint off Commerce? Hillside Court.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
There's hoods that the highway go. What's the other joint? Mosby. Like is that Fairfield or Mosby? I get them two confused, but the highways go right and smack that middle of all those hoods. Nah, man, it's real. It's real. I
Yeah.
read about that a while ago. Or I don't know. I learned it in class, whatever. I can't remember, but the highways go right in
Yeah, but
these hoods, man.
what's that? What's the purpose of that? And when you
To block us in, and to block us in from one another, to segregate us from one
Segregate.
another. And it cuts off. All right, like for instance, I'm not even going to speak their names, but Semitic people,
okay.
the dollar turns over 9 times in their community before it leaves out.
Yeah.
And it was doing the same thing in our communities as well before circumstances and situations like that were taking place to keep us from doing that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to where we had to depend on, other folks,
Yeah.
in that proximity. So it really cut off our economical prowess of keeping the dollar within our community,
Yeah.
which allowed us to depend on others, which didn't keep our dollar within our community. So
Yeah, but all
yeah.
right. So
So
without
give
those
you
highways, what was we doing before how was we moving around before those highways? What was we doing? We didn't have
I
roads.
mean, I can get in my car and go 2 blocks over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To get my resources.
Okay.
But now we got a highway that's coming through, and not only were the highways being cut through, they were taking away homes, they were taking away other businesses. They were diminishing stuff because you got to build a 4-lane highway, and you
Yeah.
killing this property off, you killing these neighborhoods off. I think it's such like Charlottesville. What's that? Vinegar Hill in
Yeah.
Charlottesville?
Yeah.
I think that's another example of how that took place. I don't know, what is it, 64 or something goes through there.
Man.
That cut that line off, man. So it's
Y'all
just
telling me they put interstates to that's what the interstates are for.
Well, not saying completely what it's for,
not
but
completely.
Okay. all right.
but
I'm about
so
to say,
but
I'm about
what?
to start taking back roads, man. I ain't getting on that.
Look, John, you gonna be at that road all day, man.
I don't
You
care,
know what I'm
man. I don't
saying?
like that. I don't like shit like that. I don't like that shit.
But it's so this I just had to look it up real quick. So basically, it said the highways was it said all right, the construction of U.S. interstate highway system heavily accelerated by the Federal Aid Highway Act acted as a physical and economic enforcement mechanism for redlining. A civil
Yeah.
rights check this out. As civil rights victories begin making legal segregation harder to enforce, local and federal planners use massive concrete infrastructure to achieve the same segregation goals. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, it's
That's wild.
crazy.
You
Yeah,
want
it
to keep
is,
something from a
man.
nigga, put it in a book, man, because I ain't
Yeah, man. And
Crazy.
even like the whole idea of the suburbs.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't live in the city. Like we had to live in the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Mm-hmm.
they took the suburbs from us
Mm-hmm.
and boxed put us in the buildings.
Yep.
Like
Yeah. And what they doing now? They taking the cities back over and
they're
putting us
taking the
back
cities back
out
over.
in the counties and whatnot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Now, redline
Wow.
was that was why. So to cement this right. Basically, they call it wealth hoarding, right? So they want middle class white families to allow them to build generational wealth. So basically, you're funneling money, like you mentioned, hey, I'm gonna go do business over here because it's too far to go over here now,
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be. So a lot of it's purposeful. You look at, in that with denying mortgage, like you just mentioned, denying us mortgages, putting us in these projects,
Mm-hmm.
start labeling our communities as hazardous and risky, and then hey, we already seen what drugs did 70s 80s 90s, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's wild, man. You start to really peel back some of these layers and look at
Yeah, man.
what they've done, man. I mean, and I'll be honest, every country I feel like has skeletons or live bodies in their
Yeah.
closet of how they've disenfranchised other groups of people, stolen land,
Yeah.
resources, whatever the case may be. I mean, Africa's constantly getting, taken advantage of, and I mean that's years in the making. So
Yeah.
there's a lot, man. And water now, that's the other part of this now. Water is one of the things that is the next commodity, right? It's always been one, but a lot of wealthy individuals and people are buying up more land to support all these data centers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I mean, it's a lot happening that right up under our noses, and
Mhm.
people are making a lot of money, man, out here off of our lack of understanding of what's happening. I mean, including myself, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, these stocks and all the things, and people calling out names, and oh, that zone just dropped, or it went up, and oh man,
Yeah.
it's inside trading, and what they call eyes wide shut. It's
Yeah.
so it's a lot happening right now.
A lot.
Yeah. So,
A lot.
so Bird, you asked it, man. So, what you think? You think that's possible now, or because
That I think
I feel like it is, but I just feel like it's hard to be sustained because with me, what I feel like about us, I feel like some of us can do it, but most of us we can do it until we see like it go and go and go, and then we like nah, like I gotta snatch some of that. Like we can do it until it like as long as we all we all swimming, just keeping our head above the water, then we cool. But if you can see like you see some prosperity or some stuff starting to triple and double, and then it's like then people get a little bit crazy. I mean, just like in the streets or just in life, man. I just feel like we can do it, but it's just hard to sustain, in my opinion, man. But
yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I think that from my perspective, I think that if we never fought to have, I mean, I know we were fighting for right, like the basic rights and whatnot,
yeah,
but I think we were, even though we were being put in situations and circumstances that were unjust and weren't treated how we were supposed to be treated because of the color of our skin. I think that as a black culture before segregation, I think we were doing extremely well, and advancing and ways with the togetherness, through that unity. I think if it would have never, if we would have never pushed for that integration, I think we would have been all right. But now, to your point, John,
yeah,
I don't know if I think we might be a little bit too far gone
yeah,
because we can't even come together to like squash little small simple things unless there's an incentive or something to it that both parties are going to benefit from. Like it's
yeah, man,
nothing's from the heart, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and that's the the root of unconditional love for one another and spreading that. So
yeah,
I think we definitely got to get back into a little bit more of that
Yeah.
before we can even move forward to have those type of conversations.
yeah.
I remember 19 Keys speaking on speaking on this of basically creating our own Black Wall Streets, right? Like, and there's like if you look up some there are a lot of thriving organization. I think more so from an organizational standpoint, you can create it, but I think individually you'll have that. Like for you, just like you mentioned earlier, you're gonna have some people that's gonna rock with it, and then some people that's gonna be on the sideline talking about it, right?
Yep.
Right.
But at the end of the day, think about what you will need to emulate the Black Wall Street, like your own financial structure. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
so you need people with resources to support what's happening,
Yeah.
to support everything you need, the schools,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
banks, and they're you know, and this has happened right where, you know, let's say 10 of us come together and like for 5 years straight, we have a number that we put to the side every week. Boom.
Yep.
So we building our
Yeah.
bank. This is going to be our bank, and we're going to support everybody. So when it's time, when it's your turn, ready to start your business, you'll get the loan from us, right? Get the loan
Yeah.
from the power from the group the group of bankers. You'll get the loan, and then once you get your business rolling and you're paying it back to the business, then it trickles down. John, you up next? Boom, you start your business. Everybody getting their share. Everybody feeding back into it, and then you build your communities and everything. But you know, it has to, man. Think about the level of trust, the level of commitment, the level of you know what I mean? It just what you need, man, to make something like that be as seamless as
So,
possible.
John,
Why
to John,
why Raymar go first? Why Raymar get to go first?
right,
Why, you know what
right.
I'm saying? That's what
True.
somebody going. Now we might not say that. We wouldn't. Us three
But
not going
still
to say that.
though,
But
still, yeah.
your cousin, aunt, my brother, they were like, they, you know, they get to talking, man. We say, y'all doing what? What y'all doing? We doing this and this and that. But then why you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Why you waiting or something like that? You know, it's just,
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah,
man. It's
yeah.
tough.
I was
I know,
going.
bro.
I was going to use this as an example. So, because you know,
Mm-hmm.
like in African culture, like a lot of the Ghana, Nigeria, I think a lot of their cultures, like what they do is like, say all three of us, we're brothers. Our families come to dinner at our parents' crib,
Mm-hmm.
and all right, the money pot for this week is everybody who's working is putting up $200.
Mm-hmm.
This Sunday, that $200 from everybody is going to Lionel family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, every Sunday it goes to a different family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think that could happen for us?
I don't know, man.
But it's a
It's just, it ain't right. It ain't working, man. It ain't working, bro.
yeah.
Because like,
Everybody got to buy
too many,
in.
it's too many outside, like, man, people got too many voices, man, besides like inside your house. It's just too many.
Yeah.
You don't have to, like, I don't have to, like, I don't care what nobody say. Like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, like, at the end of the
Yeah.
day. But I just feel like it's just too many, and stuff takes too long, and we got so like short-sighted mindset. Not that everything will take long, but it's like a process, man. Like,
Yeah.
you got to be cool with telling yourself, we might not see when this turns into what we want to turn into.
Right.
It might be Aries and Jace and Mason that's going, oh, now they lit, they got it, now it's booming.
Yeah.
But we ain't get it. So if we willing to struggle for that or live a certain way or takes a couple L's so that in 15 years when we 60 and we can get a little bit of it, but you know, it's about to be over for us when you 75 or whatever it is. So yeah, it's possible, man, but it's just like it's tough, man, because we don't got a lot as a people. We don't got
Yeah.
a lot of disposable. When you got disposable, when you inherited from the Walton family or from whatever, then you can take risks because it don't matter. Like if our parents left us a couple hundred M's to mess up, then we can definitely do that because while that's building, we still out here effing up the money or doing whatever we want. But when you got you hold on to your last, man. You hold on to that tight. So we ain't at our last, but I'm still watching mine. I'm still checking it. It ain't out here just going wherever it wants to go.
Yeah.
So I just feel like we gotta have like, you know, our parents could have did it. So then right now we could be like, all right, we cool. We got it going on. We picked it up from them. So I guess you just got to start it, I guess is what I'm saying. You got to be willing to start it and just, you know, not really expect nothing from it. And it's not going to be it potentially couldn't be, not going to be for us to enjoy. If we willing to be cool with that, then I think it can work. But if we trying to get it for ourselves, like we trying to see generational wealth in 5 years, it might not happen, man, because it's a, you know what I'm saying? We just
Nah.
ain't start on third base as like a people, man.
Yeah.
We ain't start on
Yeah.
third. We had to got hit a couple singles, man. You know what I'm saying? So it just
Yeah.
depends, man. It just depends on your circumstance and your mindset, man. But it's possible, but it's tough, man. Like I
You
said,
have a solid
I
plan.
was joking the other day, but I ain't got the hope, man. I don't got it, man.
Nah.
I'm still gonna try and do what I'm doing, but it's just like I don't got a lot of hope in people for real. Like because man, I don't got it, bro.
But and I feel
I don't
that, but
got it, man.
I say this though. I feel it's similar to certain codes as men we live by.
Yeah.
There's
Mhm.
certain codes that
Yeah.
most men will not. Again, most men would not cross,
Yeah.
right? And you got to find what those codes are as a group of individuals that they say, all right, by no any means possible, we don't cross these codes.
Yep.
And if you live by a code, then you can get anything done. It's kind of you can accomplish anything if you live by a code. The only thing about the mob, only why they folded is because people stopped following the code.
Found the code.
That's it. Now, granted,
Yeah.
I think as you grow in numbers, I do feel certain things lose its validity or its strength. Like it does stop meaning as much. It's no longer important to when you face it. Again, we talking about people facing life. We talking about people facing death. Like that's different. But I think at the same time, if you can have a set of rules, and I think that's something that I took away, in terms of how took away from being in Japan is order, right?
Yeah.
Discipline. Like
Got it.
like John, how you get all these people to follow this? Like no bullshitting, y'all. We on the escalator. Everybody standing on the left hand side, and everybody on the right. If they don't want to wait, they get to walk down. That ain't happening now. Everybody across the escalator, everybody doing their own thing. But I say that to say, like, when we were there, we fell in line. We did as they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that there's a way to do it, but you got to have some people that is willing to build, and I think that's to y'all point. Is like, all right, how do we find these people? What does that look like? But I think everybody got a group, at least 3 or 5 people that they say, all right,
Yeah.
we may all align on the same page, same principles, same codes, and it may have to be a lot of things put in writing, whatever the case may be, but you can probably get it done. But to your point, you're gonna have the naysayers. And I think to the other side, you probably can't tell everybody.
That's what I was about to say.
That's the thing.
Remember you was talking about it before. We were talking about when I was starting the juice. You was like talking about moving in silence. That's what I was gonna say. You gotta do it in silence, man. Until it gets to where it's kind of on autopilot, if it ever gets there. But you might still want to do it in silence. You might still want to just, and that's hard. It ain't hard for me. It's hard for me too, because if we doing something right now together and we doing it silently, we building it, a couple years, when we start to be like, and we rolling right now, I'm gonna want to show somebody. I'm just gonna want to,
me
like,
too.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna want to. It's hard for me to be like, I don't need to be famous, but I want to show when I go where I want to go. I don't need to like whatever, but it's hard for me to. I don't want to hide my wealth. If I got it, when I go out, I don't want to drive a bucket if I'm a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I don't gotta like. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go on a trip. Well, I guess you can do it because that's what they do. So that's the black man.
There's ways to do it. It's ways to do it.
Negro in me. That's what we do. We never had. We ain't never had it. So, but they do it. Like you were talking about, Raymond, that one race, the Jewish, the Japanese, whatever. They don't have to do that. They're not fascinated by showing you what they got.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
I don't have to show you, and that's still, I got some of that in me, like, because, and I'm really trying to show it to my own people, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Motivation. A lot of time it be for motivation. Like, hey, if I can do this, you can do this too.
Not all the time though. Not all the time. It's like it's like that. Sometimes it is like
it's just a flex.
Yeah,
it's the flex.
And it's only to those that I felt like didn't want me to have it, or like, that's all it is. It's just I don't know, man. And you can, and then once you got it and you get it for a while, it gets old. You don't got to do that no more.
yeah,
it's hard to like it's hard to do that, man. But
But
yeah,
people are
it's
always
definitely
going
to
to
motivate.
diminish.
It's definitely to motivate the younger people and like the
Yeah.
people that I feel going to take it. Yeah, I would definitely do that too. I definitely show, you know what I'm saying, show it that way. But it's always, and that's why, sometimes we can't keep it when we get it, man, because we get overly, you know what I'm saying,
Get addicted to
flashy,
that.
overly, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But yeah, it's possible, man. It's possible. But
yeah,
like you said,
yeah.
It's possible.
you gotta be within a small group and
Oh
you
yeah.
gotta be able to keep it,
I
you
keep
know
it
what I'm
tight.
saying? You gotta keep it quiet, man, because
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
this day and age, like it ain't, social media. So,
Yeah.
everybody think they know anyways.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Think about if we all had jobs that paid us $1 million a year. You can
Right.
save $300,000. We can all put $300,000 to the side
Yeah,
every year.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And let's say we did that for 5 years,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so
In some type of growing thing, like a
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and then you go and take that and buy a apartment building.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
All right,
With
then
with 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 a percentage of the interest. You
yep,
know what
you
I'm
feel
saying?
me? And you're
Right.
probably not even using all your money. You're probably
Right.
using half the bank. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
hey, so it's possible.
yep. And that's how
And
you
but
end up with. That's how you end up with your what's the names of? I don't know. You said apartment buildings, but that's how you end up with your Blue Ridge Builders, your Ryan Homes, your
Yeah.
whatever these places that these come.
oh
That's how they
oh
come.
sure, the
That's how you end up
developers,
with
yeah,
your,
buying
your
land,
Glenmore,
developing,
your Glenmores, your
flipping
old school.
houses.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's how
Yep.
you end
yep,
up with that.
yep,
But we
yep,
never heard it.
absolutely.
We don't see we never saw the groundwork. I never remember when the first house was built in Old Trail or Glenmore. I don't
Hmm.
remember that. I just see now and I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, like how the hell? That's crazy.
Like
It's
the lake.
cost $500,000 to live over there. Or yeah, the lake. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's work that
Somebody,
people don't want
yeah,
to do. It's work involved, man.
Yeah.
yeah,
That
that's
stuff
old
don't just
money
happen
right there.
overnight.
What Offset say? I ain't got a lot of old money. I got a lot of new money though. That's that old money. That old money hit
Yeah,
different though.
Right.
That old
Right.
money
And
hit
then
different.
and then we have like now, and this song actually makes me think of this situation. Like, back to your point, John, like, saying like, I don't know if we could come together to do something to at that scale right now.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, you look at we were all champions of this. All of us probably were at this point in time. The Black Lives Matter movement.
yeah,
Absolutely.
They turned out to be the biggest scammers
Yeah. Yeah. Off of people emotion.
and off of our own people too.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
So it's just like things like that, man. It's like
Yeah.
why we can
Yeah.
never get over the hump. You know?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It's no integrity, man. I think that's the unfortunate part. Um, it's like I don't know, and I don't know, and I don't want to single black people out. I mean, it's in all communities. There's a lack of
yeah,
Oh
integrity
yeah,
in all communities.
yeah,
I think it's polarized more when we do it or we expect more. It's like if there's like a mass shooting or something crazy, I hope they won't black. I hope it's like you're just
yeah,
hoping that
yeah,
yeah,
that the person ain't one of yours. So
yeah, yeah,
so it's one of those things. But I think we just expect more from our people, and I think every probably race is that way. You just expect more from your people, but no, man, it's an interesting topic, man. There's groups out here doing it, and they're doing it in silence. You don't hear much about it, and I
yeah,
think that's on purpose. There's not many leaders anymore. I think that's on purpose, like black leaders in that regard.
mhm,
Everybody's falling in line. I mean, even the guys, the entertainers that with a sense of like power and control, they're doing the opposite. They parlaying with the corporate guys instead of breaking down what they have to support their own communities. Really,
mhm.
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's interesting to kind of see, and just I don't know if y'all check this out or not, but with Elon Musk, what he hit a trillion,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Think
I ain't
about $1 trillion. I don't even know how to count that.
nah,
So when you put that in perspective, $1 trillion. Now I know that's evaluation and all its
yeah,
assets and whatnot, but
yeah,
that's a lot of assets, a lot of money, a lot of power,
yeah.
yeah,
and one man has that.
That's it.
And that's interesting to see that because you look at the amount of poverty, you look at the amount of all the things we experience from a social lens. It's like, man, like we won't even need. All you need is probably let's just say $1 billion. Now, how many $1 billion is in 1 trillion? I don't know.
Well, a billion, a trillion comes after a billion, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's just nine,
100.
yeah,
Nah,
nine
Right.
yeah,
hundred and
Right.
yeah,
99 billion.
Right.
And
Right.
they don't
Right.
have,
So you
yeah,
need one. Just give me one out of that 100. That you all right? Whatever. Right. Give
or
me
give
that
you
one.
100 billion. He still got 900 billion left. You
Right.
get
Right. Give me
100.
100. Yes. Right. Give me a
Yeah,
100. Give me a
yeah.
100. Yeah. Give me 100.
yeah. You should
Right.
be able
But
to,
I'm
you
just
should be
asking
able
for
to take
one.
care of some stuff. You should be able to take care of some stuff.
I'm just asking for one. It's just what
Yeah,
I'm saying. You feel
yeah,
me? Like, so I think, and granted, people make their own choices, man. We live in this free will space in life. Everybody make their own decisions. I know homeless people can live in a house and they'll rather be homeless.
Yeah.
So, mental illness, all the things. But I don't know, man. It's interesting to see some of these world problems we have, and you have, the level of wealth that some of these people have that we can never even imagine what that looks like. And personally for ourselves, I don't even know how to get to fucking a million damn near sometimes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you
It's,
talking about a billion, you
they
talking
said
about a
it'll take
million.
him 3,000 years to spend $1 million a day or something like that, man.
That's wicked, man. That's wicked. It's wicked, man.
yeah,
That's
man.
wicked, man. So that's the world we live in, man. What if, and I often think, like, what if our world was different, man? Like, everyone was, you have these resources, but you break them down, man. Everybody was a community. Everything was a community. Everybody was one. I
Would you
know
want to
this is
be
like
like, we want to be
fairy
like,
tale
like
land.
social, like socialism? I mean, what is that? Not social, is it communism? Is
Yeah,
that what it is? Where
I
everybody's
don't
kind of like,
on the same
Yeah, that's
level,
communism,
trying to.
like in what's that? North Korea.
yeah,
That's a communist place, man. Everybody like got to do the
Well,
same
I ain't,
jobs. And,
yeah, I
yeah,
ain't
probably
saying
not
to
that.
that
Probably
that
not that.
orderly,
Yeah, probably not
but
that, but kind of keep it I don't know. This talk. I don't know. I know what you're
well,
trying to say on
I
it.
ain't saying like balance. I ain't getting my Libra bag real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Got to balance all this shit out. But
Yeah.
I think to some degree, man. Man, it's a doggy dog world. We live in a doggy dog world, man. The dog eats dog,
yeah,
right?
I'm
So it's
always in a
like,
rat race.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
man. Hey, I'm gonna take yours, what you got. I'm gonna find a
Yeah.
way to take it. I'm gonna find a way to
yeah,
scam you. Find a way to con you. Find a way to get
yeah,
more.
Yeah.
And that's a nasty feeling, man. Like everybody want money from you, and especially as a business owner.
Yeah.
They take the gloves off on your ass. So it's whether it's any alphabet, RS, whether it's if it's
Shit. FBI,
FBI,
FDA.
fucking right.
yeah.
FBI. Look, if you're doing the wrong thing, the DEA,
Yeah.
right? All the things, but
Yeah.
but all jokes aside, man, any type of service you want is going to be more. Anything, man, they're going to tax you more because you're a business. I mean, I understand it, but at the same time, you're always going to be taxed at a higher number, no matter what kind of business, how much you're making, and so how small of a business you are, you're gonna get taxed more. So
Hmm.
everything's,
Hmm.
man, everybody got their hand out, man. So it's just like everybody trying to get their bag. And I heard this a long time ago. The easiest way to get rich is take somebody else's money.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening, man.
But
You
I
get
think
your
you're
money,
right,
get
though.
your money,
You're
get your
right.
money.
You're right about it. Could the way the world is, man, as much money as people have
Oh
in this
yeah,
world, it is a way that everybody should be able to get like a nice stimulus, like a starter pack.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Almost,
Sure.
but it shouldn't be. But then they would, we got the government, so they would make it so your family's going to get this $500,000 starter pack, but another family's going to get the $2 million starter pack. But
Mm-hmm,
it is a
mm-hmm.
way. It should be a way that we definitely almost like a high class welfare.
Libya,
Yeah, like
the
that's what I'm
well,
saying. Like it should be that. It should be able. We should be able to
Libya,
do that.
Muammar Gaddafi.
Yeah,
Gaddafi, yeah, he tried that.
Barack Obama actually assassinated him. But and during his regime,
assassinate.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
They
yeah, yeah,
killed him.
yeah, he
They
killed
killed
him.
him.
Yeah,
Barack.
during his
Okay, all
presidency.
right, all right, all right. Go.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. He called it.
yeah, he
That's
called the shot.
you.
Yeah,
Okay,
called
yeah.
I
shots.
got you.
Yeah.
I was confused. I was like, oh, I
But
thought you was about to say
during
Osama
his
or something. I was
regime,
like, Baba Bin Laden or somebody.
oh no, during his regime,
Yeah,
um, as soon as you got married, when you got your marriage license, the country of Libya gave you and your wife a $50,000 starter pack
Mm.
to get your life
See,
going.
how
yeah,
about that, man?
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah, I'm with that. Like if you
why
live in,
why can't we do stuff like
yeah,
that?
if you
You
shouldn't
feel
just
me?
get it just like welfare, you get it and you don't need.
Yeah,
Some people do need welfare, but
yeah,
we just don't hand it to you. But if you are working and if someone you can show that I got my shit together in so many words. Then we should have enough in around here. Tax, if I got to pay more taxes so that all us can get whatever that's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Not, you know what I'm saying, in a fair way. We should be able to do that. That's
Mm-hmm.
definitely
Yeah.
better to do that,
Mm-hmm.
man, because
Mm-hmm.
everybody got to start with something. It's people that, whatever they call it, pull themselves up by their bootstrap. It's people that, well, I ain't never have nothing. I did it on my own. And that's cool. It's only it's a few of those that really did that. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody need a oop, man. Everybody need a boost, man. Everybody need a
Mm-hmm.
break. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs to, it needs a break, you know what I'm saying, when for their self in their favor to,
Mm-hmm.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And this ain't that type of world, but this ain't a what's that? We don't have a dictatorship in this world. They trying to give us one. They're trying to say they're trying to make one, but it ain't
Mm-hmm.
like that. It's supposed to be land of the free and all that. So we should be able
Yeah.
to get that, man. We should definitely be able to have, like, I could see that being in Japan or some other countries probably in years where, like, your kids, when you born with a kid, boom, they already got them 250, a quarter million. When your kid's born, boom, they can't touch it until whatever. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it should be able to, you should be able to get a soft landing spot, man, to be able to propel, you know what I'm saying, your life. You know what I'm saying? And if you trick it off and you do something crazy with
That's
it,
on you.
that's on you.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, you should be able to do that, man. Especially if you got yourself, you know what I'm saying, your shit together in so many words, man, because we got ways, it's a lot of money in a select few people, a select group of people got like a large sum of money in this world, man. And they ain't gonna never be able to do nothing with it, but just continue
Mm-hmm.
their, their
Mm-hmm.
circle, or they
Yep.
doing a
Yep.
bunch of evil, a bunch of nonsense with it. So the world will be better like that. You always gonna have people that's gonna, get it and mess it up. We got
Mm-hmm.
people, our people gonna do it, their people gonna do it,
Yeah.
but that's just how it goes. It's rich people it's billionaires that's, unhappy or not doing spending their money wisely. But you know what I'm saying? We should get that opportunity for
Mm-hmm.
sure to see what we can do with it. Because so we don't need a lot. We don't gotta have it all. But
Mm-hmm.
you want a shot, man. You want a shot, and you take it and do what you can do with it.
I just seen
Yeah.
like I forgot what state it was, but there's a state, I can't remember what state it was, man, but they're trying to implement some like reparation actions, for African Americans. And this administration is like trying to push through now and like dismantle all those talks,
Yeah,
related
Mm-hmm.
to that.
yeah.
Which is, man, like it's like we can't never get ahead, man. Like we can't
Mm-hmm.
never get ahead, man. It's crazy.
Sometimes I see why people be doing crime, man. Like some days, some people I see why them boys sit on them roofs, sit on
Like,
them on the roof, man. And
Yeah,
I see why the people do it, man.
right.
yeah,
Mine, I
Yeah.
feel like my mind is good, man. But every now and then I be like,
I
man,
mean,
some
bro, I'll be honest. They had
crazy,
that,
man.
if they had no mandatory sentences, man. I don't know. It may be a different hell up here right now, man. I don't know. I don't
Yeah, man.
know.
Just saying,
I
man,
don't know.
because
yeah.
people, man, this world crazy, man, and the
Oh, it is,
wildest
man.
people got
It is.
is in power. We already know, we talking about like the president, of course, but I mean, it's wild out here, man. People just think they can just treat you however, do whatever,
That's a
say
fact.
whatever.
That's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? And because they got money, that's why what I'm saying is, if I get it like that, we was doing something, I get it. I'm thinking about that to myself, and I can't help but I gotta make you feel it because you make me feel it. I watch how you treat other people, just whoever it is, white people,
Right.
black, whatever. So that's why I said it's tough for us to do what we trying to do. But yeah, man, it's wicked out here, man.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
we trying to stay with Ti. I'm trying to keep it in the road, man. But hey,
Yeah.
it's tough out here, man.
It's tough
Oh,
out
it
here,
is.
man.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. So, I guess a good segue, man. This is what Men's Mental Health Month. How we keep it in the road, fellas? How y'all feeling?
Ah,
Bird, you was talking
Man,
about it like a month
yeah,
ago, man.
man.
You was saying we ain't never get in it, get to it until after that, man.
Oh
But
man.
go ahead, man. Start it off. We'll wrap it up with this, man.
Yeah,
We
man.
can
I
worry
just
about the holiday, man. We'll talk about that later, man.
like when you think about trying to keep a balance, man, it's very
mm,
difficult to keep a balance as a black man. I think,
mm,
not only just as a black man, but as a black man with the responsibility that as we all have of having children,
Mhm.
you know, jobs,
mm.
peeking into entrepreneurship, businesses, um,
Got that
you
main
know,
one.
yeah, having a marriage.
Yeah, that's real
You
talk.
know, holding that at a high
That's right.
regard all the
That's right.
time.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? I just heard Juvenile say, somebody asked him about, about successful marriage
Mm-hmm.
and, being an artist or whatever. And he was just like, man, you can't think about yourself every time every decision that you make or every decision or everything you think about, you got to be incorporating your better half with it
Mm-hmm.
too. But I just say that to say this, man, like, I just been feeling overwhelmed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last past several weeks, man. I don't know, it's just because I do have a lot going on, but
Mm,
just been feeling overwhelmed and just trying to continue to reassert myself and stay grounded, man, and just kind of tapping back into the faith and just understanding why I've been charged with certain things from that level, to keep myself poised. But man, it's tough, bro. It's tough to recalibrate, and especially when you got a lot going on, man. But sometimes you just got to pull yourself away from yourself and just be still. So that's what I've been doing a lot of, just practicing being still and taking that time for self, and just trying to get your sanity together, get my sanity together.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all been,
Mm-hmm.
man?
Mm-hmm. I'll go. I'll
go
let
ahead,
I'll
Rock.
let you wrap it
We,
up.
we rock. First, man. Hey, you ain't by yourself, man.
That's a
First thing,
fact.
you ain't by
Yeah.
yourself. And hey, we be doing this all the time, man. But we do it anyway. I hit you, you hit me. But anybody ever, man, shit, hit me, man. Holler at me, man. We can wrap it up, talk it up, whatever, man. Shoot the shit about whatever. Because I don't really hit people like about none of that. Because I don't think I ever hit nobody like, man, I need to rap about something. I might talk
Yeah.
somebody to just talk, but not like on no like I need assistance. I need a shoulder. I never did that. Maybe I should. I ain't never really felt like I needed to, but I probably have
That's a
needed.
good point, though. I was going to ask you why. Like,
Nah,
why
I just
not?
think I don't take my mind there, man. Like I don't even know.
Hmm.
I think if I even went to therapy, I'll probably have to really go like a lot and almost like before because I could go. I feel like I could go to therapy and I would come out like, yeah, that was cool. Like I wouldn't come out like feeling nothing. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't break. I don't think they could break through to me.
The
Yeah,
layers.
yeah. I just think it's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. It's just how I'm just like that. So not that I wouldn't need it or it wouldn't help me, but I just don't feel like I don't feel like that vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't, I've had feelings. I feel sad and mad, but I'm just saying in that way, I never had like, man, I need to talk to somebody. I just, talk to myself or I call somebody, but I'm never like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, man, I need to talk. So I say that to say, for me, man, I found out like recently, Mason just started doing track, like really doing track. So now
Hmm.
he's doing this joint called Like a Pro. That's what it's called, lap program in Charlottesville.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he used to run track. I think he was an Olympian for a little bit. He run for went to Georgia to run. He got his wife with him. She ran in college. So it's like a real joint. But I found myself out there like I think I posted a joint like 2 Chainz. So my thing is saying, man, like I found like whatever I end up doing, business, work, but my like calling, man, is just for me to be like a guide, like to my kids, man. That's why I found like that's what I'm supposed to do. Whatever else I
Mm-hmm.
do, it's gonna be whatever I do. But like
Mm-hmm.
even if I make millions of dollars, I'm gonna always be like, that's my thing. I think I
It's a
gotta like
passion,
guide them. Yeah,
purpose.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah.
do. So I just found that
Mm-hmm.
me sitting out there the other day, he been on a couple practices. I was out there Saturday, and I'm just looking at him, watching him run, whatever. And he always like 2 Chainz said, like his son was like, he don't want to be like his dad. He want to do whatever, but he was like, he want to be like me, but he don't want to do it like I did it. But he wants to be like me, and that's what I thought the other day. Like, how your kids doing stuff, man? They looking at you like, is that what I was supposed to do, or how what you think about that? They ain't even saying nothing. They got coaches, they got instructors, but that's why I felt like my like most peaceful the other day. I was just thinking like this is what I'm
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be doing.
That's what's up.
When I was saying the house dad thing, that's really what I meant. Like that's what I'm supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be doing, man. Like
Yeah.
like guiding them. Like, what I'm saying, making sure whatever they doing, you want to play soccer, you want to play the saxophone, whatever you want to do, I'm supposed to be right there to give you the information. If I know how to do it, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna teach you or find you the right teaching or whether it's school. But I think that's what I need for my mental health, for my like well being, is to make sure that I'm doing whatever I'm supposed to do, like for my kids, man. And then
Mm-hmm.
that might hurt my marriage because I'm be so worried about them. I ain't worried. I might not be worried at the moment about the person I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be worried about, and that's kind of like unfair because that's how I got
Yeah.
them. That's how I got my kids. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
good point. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't like you
Yeah.
can't neglect that because you forget that. You know what I'm saying? We talk about
Mhm.
Mother's Day, Father's Day. That's just man made holidays. But like with real things going on in your crib, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep that stuff in mind, man. So yeah, man, that's what I think I got to do, man. Like I said, therapy. Me getting our business just stuff go work up and down, business up and down. But I think whatever, as long as I got, if I ain't had no kids, man, I'd probably be a different person
Mhm.
because then it's like if something don't work, then like you say, what you doing it for? What would I be doing it for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, what would you be? You doing it for yourself? But I just think that's what I'm supposed to. That's where I'm supposed to be at, man.
Mhm.
Like a shepherd of some sort,
Yeah.
man. So
Yeah. Yeah.
like that's my. I just found out like I just realized that like I already knew. We talk about being parents. Like, oh man, we got it. Lana, you have
Yeah.
yourself. You're like, oh, everything cool. I got it. It's easy. But like
Yeah.
I just thought about it a little bit deeper. Like that's really what I. That's why I find like I'm
Mhm.
chill. Like when they doing what they do, and ain't no
Mhm.
problem. Then my mind is like
Yeah.
more at peace. So yeah, I'm cool for as far as that go, man.
Yeah.
I try to like lock in on that, and then the other stuff, let it just take care of itself, man. Because we,
Mhm.
we, we still got a lot of time left, but we
Mhm.
got to worry. We got to kind of like watch out how we so worried about if we're doing something that's not for everybody, for the family. Then it's kind of selfish a little bit, which we're supposed to be selfish, but it's kind of like if it ain't for the whole, it ain't. I ain't really trying to do it. If what I'm doing ain't going to help my house, then it's kind of like I don't really I put it to the back a little bit, man. So
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make me
Respect.
yeah, in facts. Yeah, you make me think of that YFN Lucci, man, when they ask me who I do it for.
well, yeah, yep,
Yeah,
Mhm.
hey man, that's a fact, brother. That's a fact. Nah, man, but that's I love that, right? Because what it says is hey man, it brings you peace. It brings you peace of mind, right? And you in your lane, man. You right where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. And I think it takes a lot. It takes people a lot to realize that you can be right where you're supposed to be and still not recognize it because your mind's somewhere else. But nah, that's fire though, man, and that's a happy place to be. And yeah, I think we 6 months in, we half a year, which is
Mhm.
crazy, right? And I think that's something that I try to be mindful of throughout the years. Um, all right, where am I at? All right, where am I at?
Yeah.
Because I think starting the year off, things can be one way, and as you're getting into this space and into the smack that middle of the year, it's like your intention, your goals, your aspirations. I mean, all that can be changed. It could change for whatever
yep,
Yeah.
reason,
yep,
or you could be still in alignment with it. And so I try to kind of tap back in and assess where we are or where I'm at. But I say this year has been it, it's a year of just roller coaster up and down. And I think for me this year has been learning how to ride the roller coaster, how to stay composed in the roller coaster,
yep,
not get too high, too low. And I've had some really great moments managing it. I had moments of like, nah, brother, you ain't doing well at all,
yep,
So, and then sometimes it's right there in the middle. You're not good. You're not doing either or. You're just in
yep,
the middle. But
Mhm.
I would say from a mental health standpoint, um, it's been stable. It's been stable. I feel I've been more stable this year than last year, and that's not to say there hasn't been turmoil or challenges or obstacles. It's just I've been like kind of been able to keep perspective a lot better this year, and I haven't been doing everything right either to keep me stable. I think just the mindset behind it, but I'm also realizing to stay humble. Right, I think this is a year like I'm learning, dude. You got to stay humble, and that doesn't necessarily mean your boy out here acting like a fool.
yeah,
But I think sometimes life can we can forget who we are in the sense of what like to your point, John. Like, all right, this is what I'm doing it for. What am I doing this
Yeah.
for? And
Yeah.
how do I need to keep showing up and being more patient and just more thoughtful. And I've been trying to trying to touch the ground more, if that makes sense. I've been trying to like let me touch the ground. Let me ground myself to
yep,
make
Yeah.
sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, how I'm supposed to be doing it, and not getting beside myself and losing. losing track because it's a long year, although it feels like it's gone by quick.
Yep.
You know, hey, and I be honest, it don't take much to get yourself completely off
Off track.
base, off
Not at
track.
all.
Fast, man.
Yeah.
So I'll say that's been the thing that I've been really working on, and I would say to you, Raymar, just the imbalance of life, man, it's a thing. And I had to ask myself one day, like, is there any real such thing as balance? And I think sometimes in our minds, we try to have everything kind of like a EQ, right?
Yep.
And we try to, raise this, lower that, or try to have that joy. Remember back in the day, EQs used to play with it, and
Yeah.
you try to
DJ,
balance it
man.
all out, right?
DJ.
Right.
Yeah.
But sometimes reality, man, it's like, all right, I'm gonna be probably solid in spirituality, but maybe socially it's gonna be way down, and maybe some relationships ain't really hitting like it needs to hit, or I ain't really where I want to be there, or even in the job space, career space, financial space, that ain't where I needed to be, or I'm not giving it the attention it needs. And so I've tried to find myself, I've tried to pay attention to myself to see what am I avoiding, because whatever I'm avoiding, I'm guaranteed is the area where it's keep giving me the most stress. And so it's just, man, it's just not getting too lost in the balance, man, because this life is tough, brother. It's tough,
Yeah.
and
Nah.
doing what you do well already. And I think sometimes that's what we forget. Like John, hey man, I'm a good dad. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that really well, and that may even get me in trouble. So I gotta find
It
whatever
will.
the balance.
It will get you in trouble,
You
man.
know, yeah,
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
like everybody wants your attention, man. You
attention,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? In different ways,
yeah,
man. Everybody wants.
Yeah.
But I just think like Bird, if whatever you be going on, I feel like for me, if I'm feeling like that, or like my businesses, I was booming and then I slowed up. Like I ain't posting, I ain't making no content, I ain't whatever. I've been working so much, like I'm trying to
man.
save up for this or that. If I just tell
Yeah,
myself like, man, let's go see about your, like, check on your family. You know what I'm saying? Your kid. Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing? If you look at
Yeah.
what they're doing and they struggling, then that's where you got to go. But if they
Mm-hmm.
cool, they good, and they cruise control, then you could go to something else. But that should be like,
mm-hmm.
that's what I try to tell myself. Like, man, how they
Yeah,
feel, and
yeah,
I move after that. After I see how they feel, and if they good, then I'll move. Then I'll
mm-hmm.
move. I'll turn my attention to, all right, let's get to the business, man. Let's get to some,
Yeah,
stuff like
but
that. So
yeah,
I just feel
yeah,
like
Yeah.
that's the thing that, because
yeah,
they so, like, they can't do for themselves with those things. You know what I'm saying? They can't get
Right.
themselves to the practices, to the workouts, to the the schoolwork. You know
mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is. So you that's what I try. That's what I'm trying to do, man. And then if I'm cool with that, I work on the other balance and the other stuff after, after that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my thing. Like I feel like I can handle that, but they need your eyes, ears, attention. So
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Well, you keep the main thing. When you keep the main
yeah,
thing, the
yeah,
main
like
thing,
basketball. Like if I was playing
Yeah.
basketball, like if I was
mm-hmm.
playing a sport, like I got to work out. Like this how I feed. This how we gonna eat. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So we got jobs now. Like Lionel, he got his job. That's how he gonna eat. So he can't just disregard that because he don't got a 9 to 5 that
Yeah,
this gonna
yeah,
pay
Yeah.
me. As long as I show up, I'm getting paid
Yeah.
from this. So it,
mm-hmm.
it could be
Mm-hmm.
it could be different, but he's still, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's still the same, man. Because what the hell is the use of your business grossing 50 million if you ain't at your kid practices, or you ain't making, or
you
they
ain't
don't
got no
feel,
life.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
You
you
don't
don't
have
have
a
the life,
life.
you don't
Yeah.
got
You can't enjoy it.
you can't
Can't
enjoy
enjoy it.
anything,
No.
or
Yeah.
you sending somebody to your kids' games, you ain't seen them score, you ain't seen them do nothing, but you
Mm-hmm.
getting this money. And then we got it, like you said, it's a
Mm-hmm.
balance. We got to balance it, man. But hey, what's what we here for,
Yeah,
man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like we all built for it. It ain't none of us. I look at it like, yeah, man, I don't know what you gonna do about that. Like, I don't know, dog. Like, I don't see that. So
yeah,
Yeah.
we all
Yeah.
got it. We all got the tools, man. We just got to figure it out, man. You got to lean on people sometimes, man. Sometimes you just got to sit back, like take your hands back, and like, man, hey, I'm gonna
like you
chill
said,
for
be
a second,
still,
I'm gonna
be
chill for a
still.
second. Yeah, man. You
Yeah,
can't get too hard on yourself either, man. That's
mm-hmm.
one thing that I'm learning, man. You ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
hit every target at
man.
every efficient level at
Yeah,
a high efficiency or
Yep,
high volume every single time either. So,
yep. Using my
you gotta give yourself some grace. You
using
said that earlier, Lionel. You gotta give
yeah.
yourself
You
grace,
do,
man.
you
Yep.
do, and
Using
you
using
think
Yeah,
about
24 hours. best you can, man.
Yeah, but all of us, I would say, we all are high achieving, ambitious people, right? I
Yeah,
mean, you guys play college ball, so that is instilled in you. Being, from a young age, is constantly getting better, constantly getting to the next level, constantly making a team. Like it's always so when it hit me like when after I got my master's and I'm working and I'm trying to work towards my license, then I'm hitting that ceiling like, man, I'm losing endurance. I'm losing like a sense of endurance because the accomplishments aren't coming as quick as they was when I was when I was younger, and when those accomplishments slow down and you don't have anything that you're looking forward to, as a man and as somebody that's used to accomplishing, it's hard to find that motivation to
That
keep you,
motivation
you
spark
know.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just tough, man. It's
yeah,
tough. And so we gotta focus on the little things. And it's hey man, we've had so many inspirational people on the pod that, I wish at some point we can remix it, but the keep moving, the just the don't stops, I
yeah.
forget what Kraft dropped something crazy on us. I can't remember it, but
I don't
but
remember you. Keep it
but yeah,
pushing,
but
man. Keep it pushing.
keep it pushing.
yeah.
We get we get these sayings, man, and you don't really understand what it means until you in it. It's like, all right,
Yep. Now we
all
like what we talking
right.
about right now. That's kind of like what Ball Hawker said. We kind of talking about that right now. Like
Uh,
once you do something, then you gotta do it again. Or Walt said the same thing. Like once you accomplish whatever, you get your
yeah,
fitness goal. You lose 20 pounds, but it
yeah.
ain't. Then what?
Then
You got to
what?
do it again. You got to keep going. You got to like
Keep it
Yeah,
going.
it's another thing, and
it's
that's
another
not
it's
like the
another
rat. That's
level.
not the rat race thing because that's like material. But as far as like
Yeah, but
hitting
it
the goal,
can be.
yeah, it can
But
be.
it can
It
be,
can be.
It can be.
it
Yeah,
can
yeah,
be.
yeah.
And I think sometimes if that's all you after, it can be one because it may not be fulfilling. It's just maybe what you're used
Yeah,
to.
and that's for the wrong reason. And,
Yeah.
if you start and putting yourselves in position, just because you might get into fitness because somebody else wants to
Mm-hmm.
put you into somebody else is doing fitness at that degree or that level,
Mm-hmm.
but it ain't really serving you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to go back to finding what works for you. And I think that a lot of the times we get so caught up in like how things are working out for this individual, how things are working out for that individual. Good group of people, they obtain good attributes, good advice. But at the end of the day, we're all individuals that work on different wavelengths.
Mm-hmm.
The way I think is going to be different from the way you guys think in certain things and certain perspectives,
Yep.
because that's what works for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we can never, we don't want to shy away from that because that's what makes us individuals.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we do got to understand that we could gather good insight and good things from our brothers
Yeah.
that can help propel us to exceed and excel in different aspects of our lives. But kind of going back to what we were saying earlier, I think that's where we fall short a lot of because we don't we always think it might be a competition,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or we don't feel that we could go to this person and ask them this question, like you said, John. Yeah, you're not alone, but
Yeah.
we're not.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to do more of that stuff on more so on a wholesome level than just doing it just to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you gotta, yeah. I love that, man. It's one of my homies back in the days, like, man, know know thyself, right?
Know thyself,
Know
yeah.
thyself. So I think that's something that it's a lost art, man, because it's so much distractions and so much we feel like we may have to keep up with and do,
Yes.
and you can lose yourself in this world,
Mhm.
and man, it's so much. Like, I mean, I'll be honest, man, being in Japan, I'll lose myself, bro. Like, I would lose just because it's so worldly. It's so worldly, and you have to really like go up in the hills, and you got to find your peace, and and so like even the travel, man, is cool. But I know I've been traveling more this year than I have in a long time, and it's like, man, it's like, all right, I need some routine, I need some consistency, I need to get back on my dean because I'm not gonna be happy with self until I am. It's just like certain things. So
Yeah.
like sometimes it's hard to do that when your life ain't all yours. That makes sense.
Dang.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, that
yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
got you got
I wish
you
it
got to
did.
fit it in where you can
I
fit
wish
it
it
in.
didn't
You
make
know what I
sense,
mean?
but it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, man. But shit, man. Hey, like we always do, man. We had some things we was gonna hit, man. We ain't hit but like one of them. So hey, but
That's fair.
this was live though, man. This was like
yeah,
this is like one of them, like we was at a family reunion, man. We ain't seen each other in 6 months
yeah.
a year, man. We just picked
Yeah,
it back
yeah.
up and you know what I'm saying, did what we do, man. So yeah, it was just a dope one, man. And since we ain't talk about it, we'll recap it maybe next week or the week after, man. But y'all boys, man, I'll probably holler at y'all before then. But hey, Father's Day, y'all
Yes,
boys have
sir.
a happy Father's Day to y'all guys, man.
You
And
too,
all the
man. Happy
all the
Father's Day.
fathers out here, happy
Yes, sir.
Father's Day. Hey, remember, it's not a gift. Whatchamacallit is not a gift. And if you're a deadbeat father, I hope you have to work on Sunday, man. So you know what I mean?
A double.
Yeah, hope you gotta work a double. Hope you gotta work a double. You get some socks and some drawers when you get home, man. So
Yeah,
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 man.
yeah, it's
yeah,
not a
yeah.
gift. It's not a gift, man. Don't let them tell you it's
Nah,
a
it's
gift.
not, man.
It ain't a
Yeah.
gift. You know what I mean? So
What you
yeah.
say? What you say? No trophies?
Nah, I'm talking about from your wife. It's not a gift.
It's not a gift. It's not.
It's not a gift. It's not, hey, hey, it's not a gift. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna
uh,
say, man. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, y'all.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Joe John said hello. You know, y'all hear what I'm
Hello.
saying? Y'all hear what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
I follow. I
Y'all
follow.
fellas, man. This was a good one, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Happy
Yes,
Father's Day to
sir.
y'all, man. Happy Father's Day to everybody, man.
Happy Father's Day, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Happy
Y'all
Father's
boys,
Day, man. Be blessed, man.
yeah, y'all boys keep doing what y'all doing, man. We'll be
Yep.
back when we get back, man.
Peace.
Peace.
Out of here.